Today, a wrong is going to be made right.
It's a surprise, and it's a happy surprise. Yeah.
This is a tremendous honor for my father. He loved UCLA, and I'm only sorry he's not here to get it himself.
Well, I'm very honored that I can get my own degree, honorary degree. It's been a long time, but I've been waiting for it.
We are joined together today as a community to make amends to a group of UCLA and UCLA students who walked this campus almost 70 years ago. In 1942, at the outset of World War II, the U.S. government forced UCLA and UCLA students, young, promising students, into mandatory internment camps, disrupting lives, education, and uprooting entire families.
Leading up to that weekend, I mean, you know, the story was all about, you know, the big football game and so forth. And yet, you know, the big headline on December 8th, which was the Monday, you know, all had to do with the bombing of Pearl Harbor in Honolulu, Hawaii. Many of the leaders of the Japanese American community are rounded up fairly quickly after December 7th by the FBI.
Her father was picked up by the FBI the first day of the war. So anyway, we got married just before the evacuation.
By February 19th, President Roosevelt did make the decision to sign Executive Order 9066, which allowed to confine people in certain areas for the safety of the country.
Yes, I went to men's on a relocation camp. I was there for until a year and a half. First, I started in the kitchen as a kitchen helper, and then they started organizing the social worker, and I started working for the social work organization.
I think it's also really important to remember that not everybody in the United States was interned.
We never did go to camp. My father signed up as a farm laborers in Montana, so we just packed up and left before the March 31st deadline.
Some of our students never returned home, including 3 UCLA students interned together in Hart Mountain, who served in the Bruin Band of Brothers in the legendary 442nd Regimental Combat Team. Head Yale leader Hitoshi Mo, as he was known, Yonemura, class of 1942, was killed in Italy in April 1945.
I'm a little different situation. I was drafted in the Army at that time. My folks were there. They were drafted into the camp, per se. I feel honored, overwhelmed, because thanks to a few politicians, we got recognition.
About 2 years ago, California Assemblyman Warren Furutani proposed that the community colleges, the Cal State universities, and the University of California all give or consider giving honorary degrees.
When people have asked why we brought this bill to the state legislature, the idea behind it clearly was that those folks that had held so dear in education, higher education, as a goal in their life, suddenly had that taken from them when 9066 was put in place during World War II.
No, I didn't go to college. I had to work. And then, you know, my folks, they were in camp. So I had to help support them. That's why I'm here, probably.
The University of California has not granted honorary degrees. But in 2009, the Board of Regents approved a rare exception for these students and for those of 3 other UC campuses who have waited almost 7 decades for their University of California degrees.
There are some 600 or 700 students that they think were enrolled in the University of California at the time of World War II. It really meant that we had to, get going in terms of trying to find, these people.
Don Nakanishi at the Asian American Studies Center, he actually formed a task force to help plan this graduation. And it was very exciting because he approached NSU. We've been primarily helping with the outreach process, so we've been trying to get in contact with people in the community just to see where these people are.
I was reading the Pacific Citizen, which is the publication of the Japanese American Citizens League, and I saw a little article to contact someone, and I've known all these years that my dad went to UCLA. I definitely wanted to be here to represent him because it was just, would be a tremendous thing for him.
I am deeply honored to present all of the candidates herein named and to confer upon them the honorary degree. Now we will present diplomas to our honorary degree recipients. Congratulations.